Okay, this is going to be a very quick explanation on Eco Manip in FJ. So in usually no LTS, you'll be coming from that cell with Blue Eco, and you want to grab this Blue Eco cluster and then use the launch pad. If you get Eco Manip, you won't have to go anywhere near the cluster. You can just hug this wall here and jump up to the pad, and this Eco cluster will fly towards you. That's what Eco Manip is. If you don't get it, then you have to go to about here before the cluster will fly towards you. Now, how do you get it? Basically, when you collect these 3 eco clusters in the first place, when you're coming from Fisherman, you'll have just done fish, and you're coming along here. You'll collect these 3, head up here, and collect this cell, and hopefully grab this fly with Blue Eco. To get Eco Manip, you need to make it back up onto this ledge before your Eco runs out. Now, I don't know if this is a fact, but I think it's because there's some kind of distance. You have to be within a certain distance of this Eco cluster when it runs out, when your Blue Eco runs out, in order to sort of activate the Manip. If you're far enough away from the Eco cluster, when your Eco runs out, it won't work. So I imagine like a giant circle around that Eco cluster, which ends around here. So yeah, sometimes if you get a ledge grab, you can still get the Eco Manip. So I think the radius is pretty close to the edge. But yeah, for the most part, if you manage to get up onto this ledge before your Eco runs out, then you should have got Eco Manip. So I will just show you what it looks like. There, you can see I was well on the platform or on the ledge before my eco ran out. I actually even broke the eco crates, so you know you definitely got Eco Manip if you break those crates with eco, I think. You can see here I'm just going to hug the left and I still get the cluster to follow me. Okay, now on to Plant Boss. So on Plant Boss we have 2 different skips you can do on the first phase to damage him early. The first one, and slower of the 2, is Bite Skip, which saves about 5 seconds over not getting either of the skips. And it just, when you get Bite Skip, it allows you to damage Plant Boss before he does an extra bite animation, which saves, yeah, about 5 seconds. And then there's Quick Bite, which, despite the name, it's pretty much no different from Bite Skip, except you are able to damage him a second earlier. So with Quick Bite, pretty much as fast as you can get over to the Plant Boss, you can like already damage him, whereas Bite Skip, you'll have to wait like an extra second before you can damage him. But both of them skip the bite animation, the extra bite animation. So I'll start off by showing you what they look like. We'll see which one I get here. Okay, so I got Bite Skip. So you see there, I went for the uppercut and it didn't do any damage, and then I had to do a high jump spin to damage him afterwards. That means I got just regular Bite Skip, which still saves a lot of time over no skip at all. It's just not quite the fastest variant. So now I will see if I can get Quick Bite here. Yeah, like that. So you see I rolled and then into the enemy, and then I did an immediate uppercut through the enemy and into the Plant Boss and damaged him immediately. And that's the difference between Bite Skip and Quick Bite, and that saves an extra second. So I'm just going to kill the Plant Boss here because it'll be easier to show off the movement when he's dead. Rest in peace, boss. I'll grab this as well to get out of the way. So you can do this in a few different ways, but there isn't much room for different strats to get quick bite. For bite skip is pretty lenient. You can do a lot of different things, but for quick bite, there's not much you can do and still get it. So when the cutscene ends, you need to roll jump fairly quickly after the cutscene ends, but not immediately. If you roll jump immediately, you will not make it like that. People do that quite a lot. And if you roll jump too late, then you might get a bonk, or it will just be slow. I didn't get a bonk there, but I don't remember if you're turned around actually before the cutscene. But either way, you need to be holding forward as the cutscene ends, and then wait a fraction of a second, and then do your roll jump. You know, if I aimed for the right part of the ledge, then that would be fine. Actually, don't even know where I'm supposed to stand. To be honest, it's probably closer to the edge. Now, when you've done the roll jump to the ledge, and I like to aim around here, this part, for my roll jump. Please. Once you've got the ledge grab, you immediately want to mash X to get yourself up as quick as possible. And this whole time, hold forward. Don't stop holding forward at all, because the way momentum works in this game is if you roll jump onto a ledge and keep holding forward and then get up, Jack kind of flies forward a little bit. I don't know if it really happened there, but certainly in other places, ledge grabbing, then pulling yourself up can conserve momentum in a way. So roll jump, mash X, pull yourself up, and then as soon as you land, and you don't want to rush this, because if you rush it, you'll do a ground pound, which will mess up the whole thing. As soon as you land, you want to punch forward. So you need to time this, because mashing square will make you do a ground pound like that. So as soon as you hit the floor, punch forward, and then you're going to be right next to the little spiked enemy, and you're going to do a roll into him. So it's a punch, then roll. And you can spam the roll, because there's no way of messing that up. So you can punch and then spam the roll button to get into him. And then punch, roll, and then after you hit the enemy and take damage, and sort of get knocked back, you can then spam square, because you can't do a ground pound while you're while Jack is like, he's got his iframes and he's being knocked back in the air. So time the punch, spam the roll, and then spam the X, the square, sorry, to do the uppercut into the plant boss. So I don't know how good an explanation that was, but I'll try and do it again. I also don't know if I activated the cutscene in the right spot, but... yeah, like that. Okay, and also very quickly, I'm going to go over the boosted at the end of FJ. So you will have done plant boss, grab the cell, yellow blue eco, you'll make your way over here some way. Not like that. But then you'll grab the cell, watch the cutscene, and then you want to try and do a boosted over to the opposite ledge. And it's literally just like any other boosted, just do a slow walk and you'll make it, and add a spin at the end. It's not as hard as a normal blue eco boosted. A normal blue eco boosted, you're going to have to be walking as slow as possible before you do it. But the way that the ledge is here, it's not as lenient. Or not as strict, I should say. Right there, I just ran as fast as I could, and you see you can still get it. And some people will just run off the edge and do an uppercut, which works a lot better without blue eco, as you can see. But if you get blue eco, which you will have done, and you still have blue eco, then just slow down a little bit. You don't have to get a perfect boosted like you normally do with blue eco. Just slow down your walk a little bit, and you should get the boosted just fine. I guess I'm gonna have autosave there. So just a little bit of slowdown, and there's the boosted roll jump punch, and you get all these orbs as well because you kept your blue eco. Now, if you really don't want to do the boosted, instead you can just... the camera would be a bit different to this. Oh god. Yeah, either way, you can just do an uppercut off the very edge with a spin and then single hop like that. That's a very safe alternative. I think you might even be able to make it without a spin, but it's pretty damn precise, so you should just add the spin every time. Yeah,